Hello. Welcome to Reading the Bible with me, Jimmy Chan. Exodus 24. The covenant confirmed. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Come up to the Lord, you and Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel. You are to worship at a distance, but Moses alone is to approach the Lord. The others must not come near, and the people may not come up with him." When Moses went and told the people all the Lord's words and laws, they responded with one voice, "Everything the Lord has said, we will do." Moses then wrote down everything the Lord had said. He got up early the next morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain and set up 12 stone pillars representing the 12 tribes of Israel. Then he sent young Israelite men, and they offered burnt offerings and sacrificed young bulls as fellowship offerings to the Lord. Moses took half of the blood and put it in bowls. Bull blood, and the other half of the bull's blood he splashed it against the altar. Then he took the book of the covenant. This book is everything that God said, and Moses wrote it down, starting from "These are the 10 Commandments" and all the boring stuff. Moses wrote it all down. It's called the Book of the Covenant. He wrote it all down and read it again to the people. So remember, God on Mount Sinai, he was speaking and his voice was thundering, and he told everyone what he wanted to do, his laws. And now Moses is reading it again to the people, and the people responded, "We will do everything the Lord has said. We will obey. We will obey." Moses then took the blood. So remember, half in these bowls and half he splashed on the altar. And there are these 12 rocks that represent 12 tribes. And then he dipped his hand into the bowl and he sprinkled it on the people and said, "This is the blood of the covenant that the Lord has made with you in accordance with all these words." Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and the 70 elders went up and saw. They saw the God of Israel. Under his feet, they saw him. These 74 people. Under God's feet was something like a pavement made of lapis lazuli, as bright blue as the sky. But God did not raise his hand against these leaders of the Israelites. They saw God and they ate and drank. The Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and stay here, and I will give you the tablets of stone with the law and commandments I have written for their instruction." Then Moses set out with Joshua, his aide, and Moses went up on the mountain of God. He said to the elders, "Wait here for us until we come back to you. Aaron and Hur are with you." Remember, Hur is another person. His name is spelled H-U-R. And anyone involved in a dispute can go to them. So Joshua, earlier in the story, Joshua led the armies to fight the Amalekites. So Joshua is a general. He is Moses' aide. He's learning from him. When Moses went up on the mountain, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord settled on Mount Sinai. For 6 days, The cloud covered the mountain, and on the seventh day the Lord called to Moses from within the cloud. To the Israelites, the glory of the Lord looked like a consuming fire on top of the mountain. Then Moses entered the cloud as he went on up the mountain, and he stayed on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. Let's go ahead to Exodus. Let's move ahead on forward to Exodus 25, offerings for the tabernacle. The Lord said to Moses, "Tell the Israelites to bring me an offering. You are to receive the offering for me from everyone whose heart prompts them to give. These are the offerings you are to receive from them: gold, silver, and bronze, blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, fine linen, goat hair, ram skins dyed red, and another type of durable leather, acacia wood, olive oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil and for the fragrant incense, and onyx stones and other gems to be mounted on the ephod and breastpiece. Then have them make a sanctuary for me, and I will dwell among them. Make this tabernacle and all its furnishings exactly like the pattern I will show you." The next passage is titled The Ark. This is not the boat that Noah made. This is a container for the 10 Commandments. Have them make an ark of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits long, a cubit and a half wide, and a cubit and a half high. Overlay it with pure gold, both inside and out, and make a gold molding around it. Cast 4 gold rings for it, and fasten them to its 4 feet. And with 2 rings on one side and 2 rings on the other side. Then make poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold. Gold poles. Insert the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark to carry it. The poles are to remain in the rings of this ark. They are not to be removed. Then put in the ark the tablets of the covenant law, which I will give you. So remember, Moses wrote it down, but God is going to give him stone tablets and then put it in this golden box container. Make an atonement cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long and a cubit and a half wide, and make 2 cherubim out of hammered gold at the ends of the cover. So there's supposed to be 2 kadosh malachim sitting on the cover. So it's like a box with a top, and there's 2 angels on the top, the cover. Make one cherub on one end and the other cherub on the other. These are kadosh malachim. Make the cherubim of one piece with the cover at the 2 ends. That means, they're just connected, like these 2 Kadosh Malachim, these holy angel warriors, they're supposed to be just fixed to the cover. You don't want to pick up the cover and they like fall down, just stuck, they're attached to the cover. At the 2 ends, so This is the cover one here. The cherubim are to have their wings spread upwards, overshadowing the cover with them. I don't know, is it going this way or is it going this way? The cherubim are to face each other, looking toward the cover, so they're sort of face down. Place the cover, I sort of mumbled there. They're sort of face down, like they look like, I don't know, let me just act it out. Ready? Here we go. I think it'll look something they look something like this, and their wings are going either back like this or kind of up like this, and then one's facing. There's one facing this way, one's facing, but they're sort of looking down like this. Got it. All right, let's get back over here. Okay. Then put the cover on the ark, and put in the ark those the tablets, stone tablets that God is going to give Moses. They're above the cover between the two cherubim that are over the ark of the covenant law. I will meet with you. See, God, the Lord, right? The Creator God, He's called the Lord, your God, Adonai Eloheinu. He says He'll meet him. So, somehow, there's going to be this container for the Ten Commandments, and they're made of stone, and then remember this cover with these two guys, and then somehow, I'm just illustrating it, God's cool. Then somehow above the cover, this is where God will meet with Moses. I will meet with you and give you all my commands for the Israelites. The next passage is called the table. And after we get to the table, there's the lampstand, and that will be it for Exodus 25. Make a table of acacia wood, 2 cubits long, a cubit wide, and a cubit and a half high. Overlay it too with pure gold. Make a gold molding around it. Also make around it a rim a handbreadth wide. So there's a table, gold table. So it's a modern looking table. There's tables look like this, and then of course, you know what I'm talking about. There's this part to the table. Let's say rim. Make 4 gold rings for the table. So at the 4 corners, at the base of the table, there's supposed to be these rings. But it's a table with legs. So at the bottom, like the ark, at the bottom of the leg of the table, there's a ring. The rings are to be close to the rim to hold the poles used in carrying the table. The rings are to be close to the rim. Fasten them to the 4 corners. It seems like, okay, I think, okay, I said the ring is near the bottom of the leg. I think the ring might be near the top of the leg of the table. So there are also gold poles to carry the table. And with the table, they need plates and dishes of pure gold, and pitchers and bowls for the pouring out of offerings, And later, you will put something called the bread of the presence on this table to be before me at all times. The lampstand, make a lampstand of pure gold. Hammer out its base and shaft, and make its flower-like cups, buds, and blossoms of one piece with them. 6 branches are to extend from the sides of the lampstand, 3 on one side and 3 on the other. 3 cups, shaped like almond flowers with buds and blossoms, are to be on one branch, 3 on the next. And the same for all 6. And on the lampstand there are to be 4 cups, shaped like almond flowers with buds and blossoms. So let's think about this. There's supposed to be 6 branches, 3 on one side and 3 on the other. So it's a lampstand. So imagine a lamp. A lamp is like a lantern, So this is something that holds, I guess, 6 branches. So it's going to hold 6 lanterns. And then there are going to be 4 cups. 1 bud shall be under the first pair of branches extending from the lampstand. A second bud under the second pair, and 3rd bud under the 3rd pair. 6. So there's like 6 branches. But there are these cups. So there's like a cup here, and then like a cup here, and then a cup here. I don't know if you caught that. So all of those are supposed to be made out of gold. Then make 7 lamps like lanterns, and set them up on it so that they light the space in front of it. Its wick trimmers and trays are to be of pure gold. A talent, which is 75 pounds, of pure gold is to be used for the lampstand and all these accessories. So that's a heavy lampstand. See that you make them according to the pattern shown you on the mountain. I think it's a special lampstand. I think in olden times the lampstand is just a pole, and then it has a cup, and then you put the lamp in it, which is like a lantern. It looks like that. So, you know, when God was telling Moses, make me a lampstand, he already thought, like that, God? And then God was saying, nope, you gotta have like 3 more on this side and 3 more, on this side. And then want like a cup there, and a cup there, and a cup there. Something like that. Thank you for listening. That is Exodus 25. Keep God first. And remember, His name is Jesus.